Hi everyone, my name is Darren and I'm a longtime friend and supporter of ChildVoice. And if you're anything like me, you already believe in the vision that ChildVoice has to help kids all around the world. Today, my goal is really simple. In 5 minutes or less, present two simple strategies that can help you maximize your generosity and minimize your tax bill. Let's dive right in. So, the first of these strategies that I want to look at is the gifting of appreciated stock. Over the last number of years, the stock market's generally done pretty well. And so a lot of donors and investors are sitting on individual stocks and even mutual funds that have done really well and made a lot of profit for them. One way that a donor might look to support ChildVoice is to sell the stock worth, let's say, $30,000 in this hypothetical scenario. Because the stock's made a lot of money and profit for that donor, they likely would owe about $4,000 in capital gains tax, netting ChildVoice about $26,000 after taxes. Nay, $26,000 is a fantastic donation, don't get me wrong, but there is a more tax efficient way to go about that. And that involves directly donating the stock to ChildVoice. So in that scenario, the donor would transfer the stock worth $30,000. They wouldn't sell it first and then give the proceeds. They would donate the actual stock to ChildVoice. They'd pay zero in capital gains taxes because they didn't sell it. They would take the full tax deduction for $30,000 and ChildVoice would receive the full $30,000 as a donation. Effectively $4,000 more than scenario A. The only difference is that in scenario A, the $4,000 went to the IRS. In scenario B, the $4,000 went to ChildVoice. I'll let you be the judge of where you think the better place to send that money might be. Strategy number two is if you have a pre-tax IRA and are over 70 and a half, you might well want to consider something called a QCD or a qualified charitable distribution. As a quick recap, for those of you with pre-tax or traditional IRAs, those are monies that you've never paid taxes on. And so at some point, the IRS generally says, hey, enough with the free ride. We want you to start taking some money out of that account, whether you want it or need it, so that we can start earning some taxes on that money. Normally that's around 73 to 75 years of age, depending on your birth date. So the problem is that this creates a taxable distribution for the donor and for the investor, whether or not they need that money to live. The best solution is to ultimately take some or all of that required minimum distribution that you're being forced to take and donate it directly to ChildVoice. The beauty of this is that it directly lowers your tax bill and it satisfies your RMD, which is a really, really beneficial thing to pursue. As a quick recap, you must be 70 and a half years of age or older. The max that you can give per year from your IRA as a QCD is $108,000 per person. That's pretty significant. You can basically double that if you have a couple that each has their own IRA from which they do charitable giving. Remember that if you do a QCD, you must have the custodian make the check payable directly to the charity. Don't have it made payable to you. Otherwise, you will lose the benefit of the QCD. And again, as mentioned, it satisfies your RMDs. So as a basic example, if you're forced to take out $10,000 from your IRA this year that you ultimately don't need or want, the better option is to ultimately then donate that money to a charity like ChildVoice, get the full tax deduction for it, and ultimately everyone wins. You get a lower tax bill, and ChildVoice gets to use and steward that money for you. So that's all from me today. Hopefully I met my goal of about 5 minutes or less. Thank you for your support over the years to ChildVoice and the work that they do. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out directly to ChildVoice. They can help you with the logistics of stock donations and how to make checks payable relative to QCDs. Thanks so much for watching, and I wish you all the best.